Oh, my. Nope. Mine. Let me see. Let me get the stream back up.
Okay.
Alright, are we back?
I hope so. Hello? Yay! Justin says it's back. We're back. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Whew.
Oh, my word.
But yeah. Check out some reviews for the Slater before I think you put your hard-earned cash down. Or at least wait until it goes on sale. But yeah, if you like Hitman and things like this, this looks like a good like indie indie version. No worries, got to go though. Got to help people on Guild Wars 2. Well, you good luck on that, and you know, hope to see you again soon. Thanks for stopping by.
Hope you get many a raid clear. All right. Okay, so here's more of a this is the Battle Royale game of the week. So
Oh, I thought there was one more before that.
was there Ring of Elysium? Oh yes, there was. Never mind. I'm skipping.
That's all right. We can do this one first.
Oh,
we can do this one first,
Gardens Between. There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, okay.
So this is the Gardens Between. So it's a surreal puzzle game.
I think I did check this out actually. This was one recommended to me.
It seems to be a sort of like friendship story type game.
No worries, Wendell. Welcome back. I do like the backgrounds. I like just the way everything looks. It looks like you're like tiny people interacting with the junk that people have left behind. It looks so pretty. Love this kind of like sort of co-op thing they've got going on. Oh, lots of awards.
Lots of awards, my word. They're definitely flaunting that. And it's going to be on the Nintendo Switch and PS4. So. It may be indie, but it's not super indie.
It looks interesting. It looks very interesting.
Oh, this is September 19th we're up to now. So.
This looks right up Rody's alley. To me, it would depend, because I'm not like how do I put this? It depends on the kind of puzzles it is. Although this looks very interesting to me, it doesn't look like a point and click like puzzler. I like those kind of point and clicks. I like having to go speak to people, asking them questions, going like rummaging through and stealing all of their things, and then rubbing those things together to make something, and then, you know, getting through to the next bit. This looks like one of those almost like a dominoes effect kind of puzzler. If you know what I mean, like I'm thinking of that show Pythagoras Switch, where you set up things and you set them off, and it's like a domino effect. This looks like that.
It's sort of, it seems to be kind of an indirect narrative game of sorts. So it's like, it doesn't necessarily tell you a direct story, but you kind of have to figure out things as you go. They definitely seem to be going for surreal. Very, very surreal.
Yeah.
Looks like
Oh,
it's-
control. You have control of time.
Oh. Interesting. So kind of like his braid in that way. And fast forward, rewind. Well, maybe not fast forward, but just play and rewind.
Jenga. There's a Jenga thing going on.
Let me see. So it looks like it's $18. And what? 8 hours? 3 hours? 4 hours? Yeah. These a lot of these story games they can like if you get a lot of these they definitely would break your bank over time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, this is. I'm not sure this is like got that much story in it though. It's playing very much to. This is surreal and it's a puzzler and it's relaxing. It doesn't really say like it's story rich. So I think you've probably just got to get from one place to the other in each section. That's kind of like your goal.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably more of a yeah, it's probably just more of kind of that experiential game and less of like you walk away going like, "Oh, that was a really neat story."
Yeah, definitely. But probably more Little Big Planet and less what was it? The what's it? Something of Edith Finch. If you don't, you remember that game. Yeah.
Okay.
The art
Right.
reminds me of Earthlock. That's where I was going.
And to Justin's pet peeve, they do in fact sell their soundtrack as DLC.
Oh wow.
I have to say I appreciate the art style. It's a well done art style, but I think this is a pass for me personally.
I mean, I have to give it a pass as well because it's. I don't think. I mean, for me, it's not got enough going on there for me to get excited about it. But I can definitely see, this appealing to a lot of people. Something relaxing. It's very nice graphics, and it's very nice, beautiful world, and it's got these surreal elements to it. So I think it will appeal to a lot of people, but that's not you or me.
Yeah. Nope. Right, and
would be fun to play with a friend though.
Is it co-op? Let's see. No, it is.
It
single
doesn't say
player.
it's co-op though.
It says it is single player.
But if you have a friend who's a backseat driver,
Oh,
absolutely.
All right. Next one, second game of the day, Ring of Elysium. Well, of September 19th. Ring of Elysium. So this is so just a little warning to everyone. This is a Tencent game, and I know there's quite a few people who like EA. They also may boycott Tencent to a degree, but this is a Tencent game. Which Tencent is the largest game developer in the world, if you're counting China. So it's their take on Battle Royale.
Right. The first tags I see are early access, free to play, and massively multiplayer. That just sounds like an absolute disaster.
Yes.
Because it's not finished, but it's free to play. It's in-game transactions, and it's massively multiplayer. So yeah, I'm not. I mean, already that it's not. It doesn't do it to me. It's a lot of red flags for me there. What do you think? What's your initial thoughts?
It's I mean, so it looks the one thing that even in the trailers of PUBG you see like frame drops, but this I don't know if this actually does work better. It already has 6,800 reviews. Holy crap. But yeah, it's now, if you don't want to pay for PUBG, I guess you have a free option. But I guess we'll see how aggressive their you'll have to read reviews to see how aggressive their monetization is, of course.
Yeah, because it's like, is it a pay-to-win situation? Have they gated off a lot of the content for people, you know, who don't want to put in the want to put in the in-game transactions?
The world looks a bit more handcrafted than PUBG, that's for sure.
Right. You can shoot a gun and be Shaun White.
Yep. Let me see. Oh, they even have a natural disaster system. Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, it's mostly good reviews, but yeah, I'm not a battle royale player, but you know, one comes out every week, so I tend to include one.
I suppose, you know, it is free to play, so if you wanted to, you know, check it out for a few hours to get a good feel for it and see if it's something new that you'd like to play. It looks like it's got a big player base already, so it doesn't look like you're going to be stuck in a lobby for too long. So you know, give this a go, guys. If you're a battle royale type person and you stream those type of games, give us a shout out and say, I did play this and it was good or bad. I would be interested to know, because we know a lot of people that play these type of games. So
yep. So personally, there's a pass for me, but I would definitely, like, if I was considering getting into the whole battle royale game, this would definitely be probably a game I'd check out over, say, PUBG, because I don't want to have to pay and spend $40.
True. I'm not really a PvP player, so I mean it's a pass for me, you know, just because it's not my kind of game, but I can definitely see the appeal for it. So, but without going in, seeing what the lag is like, because you know, if people playing all over the world and they're not accommodating you in your area, it's gonna be difficult to play. It's gonna be difficult
personally,
to compete.
I think it all depends, like, how good this game is. It all depends on the performance.
So,
and you can't really see performance from videos that they post. But
yeah, no, absolutely. This is a hard pass from us, I'm afraid.
Yep, but yeah, it could very well be, you know, the PUBG killer. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely.
Underhero.
Plus, Ring of Elysium is such a strange name. It makes me think of
like a fantasy type game.
Yeah.
Right. The next game title is Underhero, which I thought was 2 words, but apparently it's 1 word. So it's an action platformer. Well, it's a side-scroller RPG adventure with, you know, platforming and combat. And it's I think it's set in hell of some sort. So the underworld. It's got sort of that Hollow Knight. Well, it's like a colorful Hollow Knight aesthetic going on.
I've seen like someone review this, and they sort of, you know, said it was pretty good. It seems like there's a lot of elements thrown in, and I'm wondering if they've tried to cram too many things in, and you know, not produce a strong enough game on its own merits because they've just tried to put too many elements into it.
Indeed, and the art style, like, it doesn't seem terribly consistent. Like, there's parts that seem consistent, but it definitely, you can kind of almost tell, like, what creatures were made by different artists.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, for an indie game, it sure looks more polished than a lot of the ones I sifted through.
Yeah, it looks like some interesting elements, but yeah, it's...
Recommended
not
is
sure.
crosscode. I would go with crosscode over this in a heartbeat.
Yes, for sure. Oh, you've already put it on your wish list. You wasted no time. No time there. Like, crosscode is straight away on your wish
Crosscode
list.
is on my wish list. This game, it looks like the top hours I've seen is 70, but then there's also a lot of like 20 hours. So it probably
mute the sound. Justin says mute the sound, too loud.
Oh, mute the sound? Okay.
Okay, yeah. It's very bright, and I'm laughing at the trailer. The guy's got puppets in there.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
But yeah, I am kind of curious to see with all these different elements that they've put in, because it looks like they've also got like a bit of Downwell kind of gameplay going on as well. So yeah.
It's a very interesting combination. It looks like the characters are pixel sprites, but the background is like painted. So it's a very interesting combination of two art mediums. Which I mean, so I do like the color palette. It seems really strange that a game seeming to be set in the underworld has a very like bright and cheerful color palette. So that's kind of neat. The developers Paper Castle Games, and this is their only game.
No, didn't they do I'm not sure, because I've no.
This seems to be the only game on Steam, at least.
Oh, okay. With Undertale-like elements.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like there are some like just art choices here that do seem a bit Undertale.
Can you scroll down just a small bit, just on the Steam page there? So that game that's relevant next to Dust, next to the Dust recommendation. Yeah, though I saw a reference to that in the trailer.
Oh really?
So I don't know if they're friends or...
Oh, that's right. There was that block-headed guy.
So it isn't. It says it's inspired by Paper Mario and other RPGs. It tells a story of a world where the chosen hero has failed, and an underling of the main villain takes his place as the new hero. So, it sounds like an interesting story. How much is it?
It's $15. $15. And
I mean,
the
this might be...
show it as being about 20 to 70 hours of gameplay.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty good then. I mean, this might be a maybe for me. This might be a maybe. See, it's got my curiosity. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want to know what it's all about, and I don't know if the story is going to hold me, or how difficult the gameplay is. It's got that. It looks like it might have too much of a platform element for me, though, because I am quite ham-handed. So this might not appeal to me so much.
As a platformer, it looks fun. It looks fun. Okay. I'm not convinced enough to put it in my wish list. As maybe that's just because I completed 2 platformers recently. So.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But yeah, I definitely would recommend this to someone who's really looking for a platformer.
and an RPG. So I think someone who's like into those sort of old school RPGs, like Wonder Boy, Monsterland 3, or the Dragon's Trap. That's the one I'm thinking of. The Dragon's Trap. I think if you like that sort of thing, this might be the game for you.
Oh, it does look really cute.
It does.
Right. September 18th. The next game is Speed Brawl. This is like a 2D combat racer.
Okay.
So it's about moving fast and hitting hard. So like, I guess like a kind of like a Sonic type game, where it's all, you know, very high speed.
Okay.
No, except you're not just jumping on people, you're doing like attack combos. Okay. I guess this would be similar to Dust and Elysian Tale then, if it's like this high-speed combat platformer. And, oh, there's tag team partner. Okay, so that's interesting.
Is this a co-op game?
Yeah, it is co-op. Online co-op, local co-op, and split screen. So, pretty good.
Oh, online co-op. That'd be interesting then. So you might get a few more people playing, like myself, who doesn't entertain visitors.
This is published by Congregate.
Okay.
Developed by Double Stallion Games. Let me see, what have they made? Double Stallion. They have also made Big Action Mega Fight.
Big Action Mega Fight.
Which looks like a sort of a Street Fighter, but with Steven Universe art style.
Oh, okay.
Not really Steven Universe, more like there's someone else I'm trying to think of, but anyhow, kind of that webcomic art style.
Alright, yeah.
Western.
I like
So
some of the artwork.
It looks
I
like
like some of the
full cinematic animation.
Yeah, I really like that. That's really pretty. I do like that, the animation going on there. I wonder if they've done like cutscenes, a lot of cutscenes or something in the game.
Yeah, I'm curious whether there will be actual cutscenes in the game. Well, actually, during the gameplay, when one boss appeared, there was a very short cutscene. So maybe there is. So perhaps they do sort of scatter the cutscenes throughout the game.
But yeah, this is, you know, if you want a night in, you know, you want something to play with your mates or something, I think this might be of interest to people. I think.
I think some of the art style reminds me of Skullgirls to a degree.
Oh yeah.
Although, you know, a bit less voluptuous, but it does kind of like, at least the faces and just the color palette reminds me a lot of Skullgirls.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. It looks like that 90s anime style, for sure.
90s anime, but made by a Western studio, pretty much.
Yeah.
Let's see, how many hours got? 7, 4, 16... Yeah, upwards to 16 hours.
Okay.
And this is going for $20. It's very close to me wanting to put it on the wish list. It is very, very close. But again, I just personally, I've just played some platformers and some battle platformers. I'm just like, I'm okay.
Yeah, I think with the co-op element to it might be more interesting.
Yes, yeah, the fact that you can enjoy this with someone else. So like, even if you do only play it for 16 hours. That's 16 hours for 2 people. So
Yeah. I would probably point this out to a few other people for sure, and say, look, there's, if you want sort of like a beat 'em up with co-op elements, I definitely, I know someone who would be definitely interested in this for sure.
The legendary, hey, how you doing? Welcome to our
Hi.
podcast.
Hello and welcome.
Yeah, so this game gives me the thumbs up, but I'm not putting it on my wish list at this time.
Yeah, same. I have to say. What we got next?
This is the one racing game I put in this week. This game is called Distance, which I think I added this purely for the aesthetic.
Okay. Oh, fuzzy panda dabs. Fuzzy panda abs. Sorry.
Fuzzy pandabs?
Yeah, fuzzy pandabs. Sorry.
The legendary and fuzzy pandabs are both excellent Final Fantasy XIV streamers.
Nice. Well, hello and welcome.
Let's see. But yeah, it seems to be like sort of almost a rail racer, but there seems to be a bit more to that. Yeah, arcade sprint mode. Yeah,
it's a bit like F-Zero. Reminds me of F-Zero. The sort of bright light colours and futuristic.
Got level editor, VR mode, split screen. It's pretty good. It has 3,000 very positive overall reviews, so. So, this one's tempting for those looking for an arcade racer.
Yeah.
And the aesthetic is pretty good too, which is not something you get to say a lot about racing games.
And of course, great soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
Great soundtrack.
Yes.
Is the soundtrack on sale as well?
Oh, let's see. No, the soundtrack is not on sale.
Okay. But it is $20.
I'm seeing 45 hours on one of those reviews.
Oh, that's pretty good.
138 hours on another review.
Okay, then that's like totally worth it. Then if it's if you like this sort of futuristic races.
Yeah. So what it probably has a certain number of tracks, but people get a lot of replay value out of it. So.
And that's the thing. It's you have like this good replay value. It's absolutely worth paying a little bit more.
And it'll only go you $20. So
yeah,
$20 for an indie racer with a beautiful aesthetic and nice music. That's pretty tempting to me. It's by
if you're an F-Zero fan, this probably is for you.
Yeah, I've never played F-Zero, but
okay.
this looks really fun. The 3D art. So wait, is that car in half? Oh my
wow.
gosh, you're racing with half a car.
Oh, thank you for popping in, Fuzzy Panda Abs. Thank you,
right,
Fuzzy Panda Dabs. Fuzzy Panda, thank you for popping in.
Let me see. Yeah, Distance. It definitely gets a thumbs up for me. Again, I'm not looking for a racer at this moment.
No.
But this is a high quality game.
I think going by, just by what I've seen, and of course from what other people are saying, I think this is definitely worth putting your money down for if you're a big fan of races.
Oh, and it looks like there's a lot of car customization and like different cars you can get.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, they even have an update? Oh, okay, this must have been a early access game beforehand, so they already have a set of updates that they've added to the game too.
Oh, that's good that they keep adding more things to the game.
Okay, that's good.
It seems to it's gotten a lot of support then from the developers still, then that's brilliant.
And there's nothing interesting enough for me to add from September 17 through September 15. So we are now on our last day, September 14. And the game for this day is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. This is probably the... Is this the only AAA game that we've had on this list so far? Yeah, I do believe this is the only AAA game. Yeah, the Shadow of the Tomb Raider came out. You've probably heard that it did. But I played the previous game just before this, which... Well, not the whole thing. It was on someone else's console, but... that was pretty fun. So if you're looking for more Tomb Raider goodness, it looks like this has more of what the previous Tomb Raider game had. Except you're stopping the Maya apocalypse, not Japanese mythology.
Okay. I saw someone play the previous game to this, and yeah, it's like I'm just glad they're continue the franchise, because after the last one, even though they sold like 6 million units, they said it still wasn't enough to, like, you know, to continue with the franchise or something. It still wasn't bankable. So 6 million units, still not like bankable. It's like, you know, you have to wonder sometimes what Square Enix is doing. It's also like with Final Fantasy 15, they've sold a lot of units for that, but it's still not satisfactory for them. So again, they don't know.
They want to get that 30 million sales.
Yeah. Oh god. I mean, well, maybe if you didn't have 10 years of development time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would, you know. They really overbloat the development on some of these games. So they don't get the returns. But for the fans, I'm glad they're continuing with the franchise for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a situation where it's like, you need moderation. Need a bit of moderation, Square Enix. But you know what? At the same time, like fans are really getting like a game that they really, really want.
Yeah,
Let's see, how many hours is this game probably going to come up to? I mean, it is a AAA game, but I'm seeing like 50 hours, 60. Okay, so it at least gets up to that point. It's probably,
and how much is it?
It's $60, full 60.
Yeah, it's that your standard $60.
Yeah, and the thing is with most AAA games, it's like, yeah, it starts at 60, and you're probably only going to get about 15 hours of gameplay, generally. At least in my experience with most AAA, like you're paying for quality, not quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game looks fun. You know, up to 60 hours of gameplay, so it's at least almost hits that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
There's gonna be RPG elements just like the last time, so yeah. Lara Croft. So is this a go or pass for you?
I mean, I don't really. I'm not really a Tomb Raider fan, and I don't really play these
adventure type games.
Not particularly. You know, like I'm trying to think of the one with the male protagonist.
Oh, Uncharted.
Yeah, I don't really play those sorts of games. But you know, obviously, I can see the appeal. I can see the appeal of this for sure.
Oh,
so,
hi, Shadowlick.
Hi, Shadowlick. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Lovely to see you.
Alright, so yeah, this one's a pass for now because I want to play the reboot of the Tomb Raider series in order.
Yeah.
So I need to get the first game first, and then eventually get to this game.
Yeah, for sure.
So this game's already on my wish list. It's been on my wish list for a long time. The Lost Legends of Redwall, The Scout.
My friends and fellow scouts. Tonight.
So,
oh, it's a mousey in there.
Yes.
Mousey. Okay, this is a yes from me straight away because it's got the mousey in it.
So the primary criticisms I've seen of this, now this was in early access, or is it still in early access? No, it's not in early access anymore. So this was in early access, so a lot of the criticisms or about, you know, various issues and bugs of it. So I don't know how many of those are still a problem now that it's gotten its additional like release patch, etc. The primary criticisms I've heard from people I know who've played this is that it doesn't feel very much like Redwall.
Right.
So, which again, like that's sort of that might be in the eye of the beholder. We shall see.
Okay.
So it depends on like which Redwall books did they read, but it is cool. I'm very happy to see this sort of wave. Like after Brian Jake's passing, we've kind of seen like that generation of people who grew up reading his books are starting to make games. Not only in the like this one, which is a Redwall franchise game, but you know, other games that are sort of definitely inspired, like Tooth and Tail. Yeah, there's quite a few games that are heavily inspired by just Brian Jake's work, which was, you know, my favorite book series growing up. So
okay.
this is already on my wish list. It's a definite buy for me eventually.
So what do you have to do? So what's the gameplay specifically? Because it says adventure and indie, and what are the mechanics?
There seems to be some stealth mechanics, but I am glad that they didn't mark it as a stealth game because apparently their stealth mechanics aren't that great. There was another game which is called it's like a mouse.
Oh yeah, I know which one you mean.
Yeah, and that one is very much a stealth game and is applauded for its stealth mechanics. It's also made by a developer who's heavily inspired by Redwall.
Yeah, that other game we were talking about, I was very tempted to get it because obviously it's got a mousey in it. That was the main reason, but I didn't because I'm not a big stealth fan at all. It's just that it just stresses me out.
Yeah, I'm not a stealth player either. This game seems to have some stealth, but it's more of an adventure title, which does make me more interested. It is made by a very small studio, Soma Games. They're based out of Eugene, Oregon, I do believe.
Okay, what have they made anything else?
Not. They've made another game called G Prime, which is a sci-fi game.
Okay, sci-fi puzzler.
Yeah, sci-fi puzzler. Yeah, just a small thing. So they don't have a terrible amount of experience. And they're a very small studio, but it is kind of, I'm very happy. They did a Kickstarter for this game.
Okay.
And that's how.
Oh, I might have seen this actually on Kickstarter.
Yep.
Because I think I wasn't too keen on the actual gameplay. I didn't back it.
And the gameplay here is so different from the game that that they were kind of initially pitching, but I definitely think it's for the improvement. Because originally they were even thinking doing more of a point-and-click sort of story game. But, which, I mean, their point-and-clicks games I do really like, but I tend to like more of the adventure RPG kind of games.
Okay. Whereas I'm more of the opposite end. I'm more the point and click clientele.
They even have achievements. That's nice. Yeah. Let me see. 11 hours. Awesome. There are some down reviews, but mostly positive. We shall see. I'm definitely very interested in trying this out myself.
Yeah, I've seen a few thumbs down, but I think whenever you review something in early access, it's, you know, you have to. I think you have to wait until it's full released and then be able to give a review. What's it? Is it out of early access now?
Yes, it's out of early access now. So.
Right. Okay. Well, you know, let's hope it does well, and you know, see what reviews says. I hope you will come back to us and tell us what you think of it after you've played it.
I'll have to check this out once I finish with my current, going through my Steam library at the moment. My much smaller Steam library. So, yep. And then our final game is the lovely Super Lucky's Tale. I first played this as a VR demo at PAX quite a few years ago. I think it's just made it to Steam. Yeah, this is super cute, kind of. I don't know how to describe it. It's very like just a 3D RPG platformer.
But looks very, very polished 3D platformer.
Yeah, 3D platformer, it's not RPG. Yep.
Yeah, just looking at the trailer here, it looks like it's had a bit of money thrown into it for sure.
Oh yes, this was published by Microsoft Studios, although Playful Core is the
developer.
Is the developer, yes. Aww. It's got this really bright aesthetic. It seems very like you know, it's very graphically. It's got a lot of graphical fidelity, but it still has that art style that kind of evokes the PlayStation 2 era, you know, GameCube kind of era of 3D platformers. It's definitely like the art style it makes me think of. So.
Yeah. Wellendorf says it reminds him of Sonic.
Of Sonic, like Sonic CD. Or is it just because it's like Tails the Fox?
It's interesting because it looks like different perspectives. At one point, it looked like it was more like a side scroller. At one point.
So yeah, it has side-scrolling parts, but then it also has isometric areas and some third-person view. The camera kind of changes like ukulele or.
That's the game I was thinking of. Yeah, ukulele.
Yeah. It has a good like, and I played it in VR, which was kind of neat because you're basically in VR. You're playing as like someone who's looking down from the sky, or like you know from the camera, and then you're controlling like this little remote-controlled fox, almost is what it feels like. So it's pretty fun. It was one of the few like VR games that it doesn't make you motion sick because like you're this camera away from the action. So.
Oh, okay, all right.
And it's still really cool because you have like butterflies flying right close to your face, and you have to look around a pillar to be able to see what's happening. It's cool.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's a cool game. Does this version actually have VR capability, though? It does not show it as being VR enabled. That is interesting. It goes.
Did they have to shelve that? Did they have to shelve that then because it's? I know VR is going out of favor now.
Yeah.
So maybe they couldn't really. They didn't see the point of continuing putting money into that. It's only got 60 on Metacritic.
Oh, that's not great. What if that's for the VR version or the I do wonder. Maybe this is like a remake, but I don't know. It's cute. And it goes $20, but the longest time I've seen in the reviews is 14 hours. So
okay.
It's at least close to what they're asking. As far as like hours played. Oh, and there's 2 DLCs. Interesting. $10 a DLC: Super Lucky's Tale, Gilly Island, and the Guardian's Trials.
I'm not sure how I feel about that, especially when you know. I don't know when this game came out for like Xbox One.
I know I played it at PAX at least 6 years ago.
6 years ago?
No, 4 years ago. It was 4 years ago.
Then I feel like there shouldn't be extra DLC that you have to pay for.
It should probably just all be wrapped in, especially since it's now just launching on Steam.
Yeah.
They should make like Super Lucky Tales definitive version or something like that.
Absolutely, because it's like you shouldn't be trying to squeeze every last penny out of a game that is 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a title that I'm so looking forward to this. This has been on my list forever, and it's come on, guys, stop trying to rip people off.
Okay, let me see. Playful Core. Playful Core also made. Nope, this is the only game on here. All right, so.
Super looking, yeah.
So personally, I have it on my wish list already. I do intend on getting it, but I will be waiting for a sale and when I'm actually into doing another platformer. But for the most people, I would say wait for it to go on sale.
Yeah.
And that way, getting the base game and the DLC might be more reasonable.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They might do a bundle. They might do a bundle deal or something during the Steam sale or something. So yeah, I'd wait for that.
And that completes all of our releases. So, Roadypie, would you please shamelessly plug yourself?
Right, currently, guys, because I'm not sure what my state of my internet's going to be, so unfortunately, I'm not going to be streaming this week. But when I do have a stable connection, hopefully by the following week, I shall be completing Earthlock, and that will be on. I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 p.m. UK time.
Yeah, and I am your host, Dueybear. If you're on my channel, you probably already know me, but thank you for stopping by. I'm going to be streaming regularly this next week. Probably a bit more Guild Wars 2, a bit more Portal 2, and then we'll be back on Sunday. So, hopefully, hopefully we'll be able to like make it work out with Justin next week. If not, I'm sure we could get Roadie or I do want to get some more community, like some more Clubhouse and maybe some other community people in on it. But yeah, for now, I think just going with 2 co-hosts just feels really good. Someday I'll be more confident and be ready to do like 3, have 3 people on.
Oh no, but thank you for the invite. It's been I think this has been a lot of fun, and it's been interesting going through all the different kinds of games. I hope I wouldn't get that game. My fussiness of games. You wouldn't think I was that fussy considering how many games I've got, but yeah, I'm.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to check out a good variety, and yeah, we'll have to, like, when we have more of a planned ahead thing, we'll definitely do some more themed kind of, like, we'll weight the releases more toward one type or the other, depending on who the co-host is. So yeah, that'll be fun. But yeah, I guess that's a farewell. Yeah, we'll be back next week.
Absolutely. So, you have to be picky with how many games there are. Exactly, Justin. Exactly.
Exactly. Right.
But thank you everyone for coming out and supporting us. Really appreciate that.
And the post game is up. Yay! We're done.
Yay!
And that's the VOD.